Hello, welcome to Success Mantra. Today's video is about how to cope up with the stress. I am not going to tell you how to avoid stress because stress is not something avoidable always. I am also not going to tell you the relief method of stress because person to person that relieving methods are different. Somebody like music may be a stress reliever. Somebody may do yoga, some may not like yoga. So it's a personal choice and I'm leaving to you for your choice. And also after doing a stress relief method, if the problems at your workplace or at home is not resolved, your stress is going to come back. And finally the stress will knock you down. So I am going to tell you how stress comes to you, what are the reasons and how to cope up with that. Stress is a universal fact. Me and you are experiencing stress. Stress comes to the people from all the walks of society, irrespective of age, profession and life stage. Stress comes into play. It will be good at this point of time to look at the expert's opinion about stress. 40% of stress or worries which you are going to face is not going to happen. So why you worry about that? Another 30% of stress is in the past. So let us forget about it. And 12% of stress is unnecessary worries about your health. And 10% are petty. So it totals to 92%, which is illegitimate stress. So what is balance available? That is just 8%, which is legitimate stress. So my sincere advice is that do not succumb to that illegitimate stress of 92% in your life, whereas the 8% remains, and knowing the reasons for these stress will help you to overcome that or to cope up with that. What is dangerous than stress is your reaction to the stress. 90% of the problem arises because of your response, and only 10% impact you will have. So learn to respond to stress in the effective way. Some stress is always required because the core product of the stress is adrenaline production, adrenaline reaction which you can use, and you will find in such circumstances you are in, when you come out with success, you would realize this potential were yours, which you never realized it was yours. That is the advantage of stress and adrenaline production related to stress. You can use the stress constructively than destructive. The choice is yours. Some of the stress we are actually seeking out, like seeing television, playing game to relieve stress. But overdoing these things can create more stress to you, burden your body and mind. That can be negative sometimes. So stop overdoing things. Now let us look at the major cause of stress. Interestingly, all these starts from C. Change, conflict, criticism, concern and compression are these 5 C's. Change can give you stress. The first reason, the first C for stress. Any change happening in your life, whether it is positive or negative, can give you stress. Moving to the new job, moving to the new house, buying a new mobile and anything new, even though these are all positive, still can give you enough amount of stress. So what is a method to relieve the stress is to seek help of others and ask people to participate in your activity. If it is a stress at home, moving to a new home and giving you stress, you can get the help of people in your house. And when you ask them to participate in this, they'll feel happy and you will get more and more support from the family. If you get support from your family, half of your stress is managed. The best way to reduce stress from change is to organize yourself, from your wallet to the wardrobe. So you will find things are very easy to remember and recollect as well as to utilize. A car key, if misplaced, can take you half an hour time and can initiate a quarrel in your house. That will spoil the entire day. So, better be organized yourself. Identify your actual needs and perceived needs, because most of the needs you think maybe your perceived needs. You don't really require that. So you make a change and you get a new thing which is not really required and was not your priority, is going to give you more tension and stress. So avoid such things. Please understand what is your actual priority. Try to write down your priorities so that you will not be confused. When you go for a perceived needs, you may be ending up in wasting your money and time. And if that doesn't work well and suitable well to you, then you will be dejected. And if you are not an expert in doing a particular thing, then you can delegate it to the other person whom is an expert in that. Write down your goals and never get distracted. Stay laser focused, because success is something which is rewarding you is to achieve things which you wanted. So stay focused. The second cause, starting from C, is conflict. Conflict can happen anywhere, anytime, at home or at workplace and with friends. How to avoid conflicts? Some of the conflicts cannot be avoided. You will have to deal with the conflict with the effective conflict management techniques. But some conflicts can be simply avoided. If the conflicts can create problems to you actually, then that conflict has to be dealt with appropriately. You can see an example of lion and flies. The lion is the most powerful animal in the jungle, but a lot of flies won't hesitate to attack him, that too on his tail. They go and sit on his tail, start biting. The lion can get irritated. But if the lion is going to hunt all his flies down, then he will have to make circles around him because it is on his tail, and which is not practical. And just imagine a lion is circling around him and trying to kill the flies like a cat. So that is not the way lion has to deal with. Flies will never reach him when he goes for a hunt. So the better way is keep moving, keep on moving, and focus on your job. There will be lot many petty things which will drag your attention, and if you start throwing stones at every dog barking at you, you will end up like a dog hunter, not a successful person. So some conflicts are not worth to handle. Like the lion does to distract the flies, he raises his tail once in a while and just chases these flies, that's all. It's only that important for the lion. Like that, some conflicts are not at all important to you, but some conflicts has to be dealt with, the methods. And the third C is criticism. Wow, some people like to criticize you anytime and every time they see you, thinking that you will be more productive. Wow, that's a fact. Why people are critical on you is to make some changes in your way you do things, if they are your bosses. And anybody can criticize you who is related to you, who is close to you. Basically, they want you to improve. But what happens? The way we take criticism is in the negative way. It is never considered as a constructive method to give suggestion, to give insights and caring. Unless and until you have such a relationship and belief among each other. Sometimes if the most closest person is criticizing you in public, he would not like it. Criticism is something which cannot be made public, but somebody else as an authority criticizing you in public, there is no other way. Listen. But you can choose your response. What happens when criticism comes? Criticism is always perceived as a rejection. So you feel rejected, you feel defeated, you will be angry, and you will try to defend yourself. Never try to defend. By defending yourself, nobody is going to gain anything. Please do not try to be defensive. Don't try to prove, because they are already criticizing you. Then if you try to prove, another conflict will come. So don't try to prove, but try to improve. The same person criticizing you will start appreciating you. Now the fourth C is concern. If the fourth C is added to the previous three causes, then the stress mess is completed. Concern is a big erosive force, and which will give you fatigue. And what will happen if you have fatigue? You'll be angry, flaring tempers, unharnessed irritability, And when fatigue comes to you, which is psychological more than physical, what usually doesn't bother you will start overwhelming you. That's a problem. And you become a rubber band which lost the elasticity. Again, remember here 40% of your worries and concerns are baseless and which are not going to happen. And be confident to handle your situation. One of the easy methods to take care of concern is delegation. If you try to do everything on your own, then you will be overloaded. That is inevitable. So teach your people a process. You can transfer your process. You can transfer the right procedures to the people and help them to do it, explaining the whys. Before you give the task, explain the whys. Then your people will understand why should they do it. They do it with a passion. Otherwise, your concern may be you are the only passionate person and the other people are not even concerned about. That may be your major concern. Why they should be concerned? They should know why they should do it. So explain the why and give a procedure to follow. So even in your absence, you need not be concerned about anything. Your people will do it. And the final one, the final C is compression. Too much thing to do with too little time. Too many people are demanding your attention. And it is beyond the available resource, energy and expertise of yours. Then you will feel compressed. Now you are like a pressure cooker of life, starting from change, conflict, criticism and concern, and now compression will act like a vicious cycle. Your approach will change, you will be more irritated, you will flare up faster. So it is better to organize in the beginning itself. The final one is compression, which can give you a knockout, because generally it is a straw breaks the camel's back, which can give you serious breakdown in your mental, physical and emotional things. So if you allow the stress to develop from changes to compression, from an irritating nuisance, it is going to become an overwhelming factor in your life. The first and foremost thing to address all these is to take care of your reaction. Because your reaction to the stress is going to be more dangerous than stress. So be very choosy to react. If stress is not handled properly, it can affect your performance in life as well as in the work, in everything. So take care of it. And this is about how you manage your life. You should develop your leadership to manage things effectively. My next video will be about successful pattern of effective leadership in 21st century. Please watch the same space for those videos which will help you to manage things very well. If you like my video, press the like button. To help others, press the share button. To get more and more videos from my channel, press the subscribe button. Your subscription is going to motivate me to help you and give you more and more videos. Your subscription is very valuable to me. Press the bell icon to get the notification whenever I publish a new video. Thank you for watching.